Hello, welcome to Podcassidy. I am here with Jordi Wallen. Hi, Jordi.
Hello. Hi, friends.
Doing today?
I'm
How's your
I
August
am
going?
lovely. Oh my gosh. My August is pretty crazy. It was my birthday month. A lot of weird things, a lot of exciting things, a lot of slow things, but I can't believe it's almost over.
Yeah,
Where did the month
I
go?
I dread this time of year, and it's only because I know that like the cold summer or the cold climates are coming of the fall
Yeah.
and the winter. So
Yeah.
while I absolutely love um like the aesthetic of fall and winter, like the bitter coldness it gets me, and like around this time of year I just get reminded that it's intimate, that it's on its
Yes.
way.
Yes, I hate the cold as well and oh, you Mickey. I
I laugh already.
I feel like I have that dread from when you would have to go back to school at the end of the summer every year. I don't know if that ever goes away. It just,
Right.
it's always there. And every single year, I'm like, oh my God, but I don't have to worry about going back to something. And yet I can still feel it in my gut this time of year.
Hmm.
Those poor kids.
It's crazy to me. When I was growing up, we always started like after Labor Day. Like, I don't know if
Same.
it was a Michigan law or whatever. Like, that's what I was told or whatever growing up. And it was like all the public schools, we always started after Labor Day. Some of the little church ones, charter schools or whatnot, they started whenever they wanted.
Okay.
It's like the public schools, they always started like right after Labor Day.
Yeah,
So
we
all
were the
these
same.
people are saying like their kids are back in school. I'm like, I'm sorry, what month is it? What's happening?
I know. I know. I have a buddy who lives in Atlanta and he was like, my kids went back 2 weeks ago. What world do you live in?
Yeah, that's so crazy to me.
I know. I would hate that. It gets so hot in the schools. Ugh, that would
Hmm.
be terrible in August being in school.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. Ugh. And imagine like the middle schools,
Oh my
like
god.
just the BO Central.
You can smell the hormones raging.
No, I swear to God, my middle school, like there was a hallway that just perpetually smelled like Axe. And it was
Yeah.
because it was right outside the like auto shop. Oh,
Oh, that's funny.
always a bad combination of BO and Axe body spray trying its hardest.
Trying to cancel each other out.
Yeah, it was doing everything that it could, but
Oh, Serena said she used to start the first week of August? That's insane.
it started first week of August.
You're stealing kids. It might be Arizona that starts late July. Ugh.
Oh
I
my
bet
God.
they better have amazing air conditioning systems.
Yeah.
Those poor children.
Hi, Anna Claire. Hi, Michael. Hi, James. Hi, Cameron. And then obviously, hi, Serena, my BFF. I always expect her to be here. Hey, Will. Um, what do you have coming up that you're looking forward to?
Oh boy. Um, Professionally or personally?
Let's
All the
do one of
above.
each.
Let's do one of each. Okay, cool. Personally, I live up in New Jersey, right by Philadelphia, and my partner is about to turn 40 next month. So we found a big cabin in the Poconos, the Pocono Mountains. And we got a bunch of friends, and we're going to go up to the cabin and just, play yard games and board games and go swimming in the lake and all that. So I'm really excited for a nice long weekend to just sort of disconnect from the realities of the world burning actively and everything being horrible. So that's my exciting stuff. Um, Professionally, I'm getting ready to announce a business venture, and probably a bunch of people who are watching right now have helped me or listened to me uh, freak out and have panic attacks about having no idea what I'm doing. I've never built a business before, but So many of you have and are really inspirational. So I've been watching all of you and particularly bugging Michael Scott about businessy things. So thank you. Shout out, Mike. Yeah, so super cool. I'm excited. I'm going to launch a narrative studio that basically helps founders and executives and mission-driven organizations to tell their story more confidently and clearly. So that's going to involve like scripting, if they're doing keynote speeches, town halls, going on podcasts, doing interviews, scripting that and using my acting background to coach them in how to present things confidently and clearly. I'm still going to do some voiceover work if people need those kind of services, whether it's a product or an organization jingle or theme song or pet jingles, voiceover work for, explainers, how-tos, donor thank you notes. And I think I might start doing founder interviews through StreamYard as well. So basically, so those founders can have, content that they can recycle that tells their story and why they started what they did and why it's personal to them. So all of that like wrapped up into a little package narrative studio, and I'm excited and I'm terrified and I have really bad imposter syndrome. And you're launching something of your own too, Cassidy. So we kind of maybe have some of the same feelings going on. I don't want to assume, but
Yeah, I very much did know what I was doing. I reached out to a ton of people and was like, what do I do?
mm-hmm.
And I probably sat on it for probably a week or so longer than I needed to, just because I knew like I didn't feel ready yet. Like I was like, I don't have all the info I need. But then people are telling me the exact same thing, and I was like,
yeah, everybody's like, just do it. Just go. You can't wait for something to be perfect. I think every single person I've talked to has said that to me. Like, there is no such thing as the perfect time. You will never feel like it's ready. You will never feel like it's perfected. Pet jingles. Oh, the hamster. Thank you for the shout out about Rocket Ralph. I was obsessed with him. Yeah. So many of you have your own things going. So if you want to drop into my DMs and be like, either you're a fucking idiot, don't do it, or you got this, girl, I will take all of those things.
So what I'm hearing is you're going to write a Podcassidy jingle for me.
Yeah, sure. I would love to. I would love to. Interview the founder. Yes, I would. Yeah, when I figure out what the hell I'm doing on that end, we will definitely have a Podcassidy one where we flip the pages on this, and I'll interview you. How does that feel? Is that like a nerve-wracking prospect for you, having to talk about yourself, or do you think you're used to it by now?
It's not nerve-wracking, but it's definitely harder for me to like answer the questions about me and talk about me than it is to like ask questions to other people, because I'm so used to it.
Right.
I'm a recruiter.
Right.
So
That makes sense.
it is very easy for me to come up with questions to ask people. Like I almost always have additional questions to ask people that I just don't ask because I don't want to be digging in too much or anything like that. But no, I actually like it when people do that. Like Cameron Brooks, she was on my show. Was she the last guest I had? No, I think that was Caleb. I think Cameron was 2 episodes ago. But she had a list of questions that she asked me, and it was really interesting. And there were questions that were very unique. Like it was like something that you used to believe when you were a kid, that like now you know what I mean? It wasn't about like my history, what I've done.
That's a hard hitter for sure. Ooh,
Yeah.
I would have to think about that one. That's a good question.
I know.
Smart.
I said oop probably at the prospect of her being mentioned.
We appreciates it.
I know. It was such a good episode. We talked about zombies for a very long time.
You talked about zombies. That's super fun. I don't know if you saw that I posted a zombie romance musical on my page the other day.
I
It
did
was
not.
okay. It's on my page. You guys are gonna have to watch it. So I posted basically about how when I was I think I was either a sophomore or junior in college, my buddy was a film student and I was an acting student. We went to NYU together, and he was like, "Hey, my thesis is gonna be a zombie romance musical movie. Can you be in it?" And I was like, "Absolutely yes." So that's, yeah, I posted that 17 minutes long, almost 18, if you guys have time to watch it. It's up there. And I do lots of singing.
Yep. What? What is like the best jingle that you? How many have you written? How many have you?
I think I've done maybe around 10 now for people. I went on to Facebook in a women's entrepreneur group and a small business group, and I was like, hey guys, I really want to add this to my portfolio and my offerings, so I want to do some pro bono jingles, theme songs, voiceover explainers, yada yada yada. I don't think anything will ever be as fun as the Rocket Ralph hamster one, just because it was like not for something professional. It was, this girl works in an animal clinic and her boss is obsessed with her pet hamster, and the hamster is like the mascot of the clinic, so they wanted to surprise the boss with a theme song for him. And so there weren't any stakes. It wasn't it didn't have to be professional. It was just for funsies. And so that's kind of where I thrive, where I get to just be really loud and unhinged. The prim and proper stuff is much harder for me. As you may have noticed, I probably shouldn't point out, I have a plate up here that says the C word on it, just because it's like really pretty and funny at the same time. Yeah. So that's kind of the vibe. That's the vibe I enjoy.
Yep. How did you do like theater in school? Is that how this came to be? How did you...
So yes. Yeah, that's a fair question. I have a BFA in musical theater from NYU, from Tisch School of the Arts. I minored in puppetry. So I spent most of my life just like traveling all over the world doing film, theater, TV, commercials, puppetry, singing. I knew ever since I was a little kid that, honestly, I watched the show Felicity when I was a kid, and she went to NYU, and I was like, there is only one college I will go to, and if I don't get in, I'm not going to college. And my parents were insane about it, because I was like, no, I'm applying to one place, and I applied early decision and got in, thank goodness. Or I just would have, like, I don't know, been on the streets or something. But I went there, had amazing teachers, had dialect classes with different accents, had voice and speech, musical, film acting, camera acting, all that cool stuff. Say the word on it. So my hair and oh my God, you guys are sweet. This is like great for my self-esteem being in here. It feels really bad being unemployed for over a year, so like I just need to do things like this more. Thank you, friends.
Aren't the people that come to Podcassidy just the best?
They're just the best. You have such a great community. I have to shout out Emily Benka, Emily the Bun, for my great hair day, because I was walking shelter dogs earlier and I put on one of her amazing ponytail hats because they're satin lined, so they protected the curls. So shout out Emily, we love her. Yep, that's the answer. That's how I became who I am. And life did life things, and I wound up going into fitness because it was the only other thing like I knew how to do, because shows are mostly at night, so I would go to the gym during the day, learn about nutrition, anatomy, training methodologies, all that stuff. Then I went into fitness tech, and then I just kind of went into plain old tech. So I've been in digital marketing for a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at that place now where I'm like, all right, I'm tired of making money for people who are already millionaires, and just being totally miserable. And the tech world is a tiny little box that I don't necessarily fit into with my really weird background and weird amalgamation of skills and experiences. So it's time to blend my acting background and my content marketing background.
What was the last role that you were doing? Not necessarily like where was it at, but like what were you doing?
What was the last thing I did?
I know like a year ago. So
It was, oh my god, yeah, this was a long time ago now. Oh, you know what I think it was? I did I did the world premiere of a spaghetti western musical. It was really dark. It was old western. I was the prostitute who was also the narrator. So I was the town hooer, and the narrator of the show. And I got to cut out somebody's tongue on stage. So that was a fun bit of like stage magic trickery.
yeah.
Amazing songs that were like inspired by the Dresden Dolls and Tom Waits, and everything was brand new. It had never seen the light of day before. So I think that was the last thing I did. But now the playwright contacted me, and he's making a book in the same world of that show, and my character is still in it, the only one that's going to be in this world. So I'm going to help him copy edit this pretty cool book.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to use your puppetry at all? Like since you graduated?
Yeah, I had a smattering of paid professional puppetry gigs. They're so fun, but they're so difficult on your body. They're very strenuous.
On your body?
Mm-hmm. If you think about it, like these puppets the human has to be covered somehow, right? So whether it's we ask the audience to suspend their disbelief and just ignore the actor, that's a much less common than hiding the actual puppeteer. So I've been like shoved in recycling bins with my arm like dislocated over my head out the top of the recycling bin. I've had puppets strapped to me by like bodysuits that they're attached to and had to maneuver them around. So yes, I've done a lot of puppetry, and it's exhausting, and it's more rare, obviously, than just acting.
Yeah, that is such an interesting one to me. Like, I
It's weird.
can't believe that I honestly forgot about it. How did I forget that she told me this?
I have one of these guys. All right, I have a dragon marionette right over here. He's hanging out. So he stays there in my office. But yeah, I've made puppets. I've performed puppets. I've voiced puppets. It's somebody's got to do it, Cassidy. It's a job. Somebody has to do it. May as well be me.
As far as theater and those sort of things, have you? Oh, hold on. Serena said thoughts on Randy the comedian puppet. I don't
know Randy. You know what's funny is I don't watch a lot of puppet content. It's like, I don't know if this makes any sense, Serena. Maybe people out here can relate, but because I was so heavily involved in it, I don't go see those things. Like, I don't go to the theater because I get this way with reality TV too. I get really bad secondhand shame or embarrassment or like cringe factor. So if I'm going, I have a really hard time watching somebody else's performance live and being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I can see that this thing's gonna happen and I'm so concerned. Or I just don't typically do it. A lot of things nowadays obviously are so polished because the internet videos or YouTube videos, you can edit and polish the crap out of anything you want now. So I am very open to watching Randy the comedian puppet, and maybe he will inspire me to make some kind of puppet channel. Who knows?
You should bring back the Potter puppet pals from.
Oh,
you
yes.
remember how they used to have like the little Harry Potter skits
Yep, I actually was commissioned to recreate those by a school in New York City. There's a public school who wanted their own. So I have photos somewhere. It was during my puppetry apprenticeship. I remade those. It was such a funny video. Oh my God. Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Voldemort. Yeah, those were funny. What
And
it?
then they said, did you ever make your own puppets? Which I guess that answers that question.
Yeah.
Them.
Yeah, and those were really easy because they were just made out of felt and basically pantyhose that you stuff. Like they weren't supposed to be fancy puppets, but yes, I've made a bunch of puppets. There's a poster above my head right here that is a show I created, and we made wooden life-size puppets. So we had a husband and a wife and a baby, and they were based on this Italian composer from the 1800s. And so we kind of invented this way to like strap them to our bodies, and we were all dressed in black and would be singing the madrigals and manipulating them. So I had basically like stirrups that I would put my foot in. So the puppet's foot would be on top of me, and his arms were attached to my arms, and it was very like robotic kind of, but yeah, we made them out of wood. Really fascinating life-size puppets, heavy as shit.
That's very like making them too. That's so crazy, and it's like I feel like you are reading the comments before the audience is even sending it, because you answered Jay's question before it was asked.
Oh.
And then you answered Anna Claire's question.
Wait, what was Anna's question?
Yeah, what's the poster behind you?
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that one's for the puppetry show that I was just talking about, and this one is actually for the spaghetti western theater that I did. That's funny.
And then Rob asked what the biggest obstacle with puppeteering is.
The biggest obstacle. Honestly, I think it's the physicality of it, having to cram yourself into whatever space to hide yourself, but still know where the puppet needs to be looking. And you can't, if you're not doing a film, like a camera kind of puppetry thing, it's really hard to be able to see. You don't have a monitor to see if your puppet is looking in the right direction. And a lot of these puppets, you need two hands, because if you have like a rod puppet, you have to manipulate the hand with the rod, and just squeezing yourself into these tiny spaces and being hidden and having the puppet react and looking in the right place. It's friggin' hard. There's a lot of different, it's like physical and mental. And of course, if you're voicing it, you have the emotional. It's physiology. I don't know. It's hard.
I imagine that's gotta be, because like if you're cramped, that already makes it harder on like your diaphragm and lungs to be able to give like a full
yeah.
So then to be able to then imitate the voice and like do whatever it is. Did you ever have to sing with the puppet?
Yes, for sure. So the time I had to do that, luckily it was for a commercial, luckily, so I got to like overdub it, because it is so hard. I remember being in a trash can or recycling bin, and just like the sound kind of echoes in there. If you can imagine being in a recycling bin, it doesn't sound very good. So luckily I was able to like overdub everything, but it was really hard because it was a little girl puppet. So I had like a real squeaky little voice like this. And that's really hard. That's really hard to do in a trash can.
Kenzie wants to hear more about the health tech.
Yeah, okay. So I started in an on-demand personal training startup that had an app. So we had personal trainers that would be sent out to people's offices, apartments. You could meet them in a playground, whatever. And I did guerrilla marketing for them. It's like real on-the-ground guerrilla marketing. And then from that, I went into then I went to manage a gym. But then after that, I went to an organization that was a SaaS. They sold into health insurance and employer groups to give health and fitness rewards and reimbursements to employees. Yes. So they would, basically I would do all their like email campaigns, I started their blog, all these things. But if you've ever had a program either through your insurance or through your employer where you get, you can get however much money off each month if you complete whatever your job says you need to complete fitness wise, or if you do, you get your annual physical and you get your vaccination and blah, 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 whatever those rewards are or reimbursements. That's the kind of company I worked for. Yes, I hope that answers the question.
Puppeteering is more interesting.
Yes. I mean, hardcore agree, yes. Objectively.
Shelby asked if Blue from Bear in the Big Blue House counts as a puppet, or if it was just a man in a suit.
If it's a man in a suit like Barney, no. Actually, that brings up a good question, because what about Big Bird? Because there is a guy in that suit, but that suit is massive. It's like 8 feet, so he's still puppeteering the mouth above his head.
That's gotta be hard, too.
Oh my God. It has to be exhausting. I can't even imagine. And so hot in there.
I love the picture of Big Bird sitting at, like, the corporate table. That's one of my favorite reaction images, because it really is me trying to blend in literally any situation. Just
yes. Oh, I feel that. I feel that in such a big way.
Anna Claire asked what your dream job is.
Anna Claire, oh my God. Are you prepared for that, Anna? I think my dream job would be like, this is so dumb. I don't think it exists right now, but I want to be a singing weightlifter who owns a doggy daycare. So like, if it's like a doggy daycare that's in a gym, so people can bring their dogs with them to the gym and not leave them home, and the dogs get exercise and socialization, but I can also sing to them. That's just like the combination of everything I love. It's a pipe dream. It's a pipe dream, but I'll settle for just like singing jingles and playing with puppies all day.
Yeah. That's definitely something you would have to like go out of your way to create. That's right. Not a role that you're gonna find on Indeed.
It's not, but Indeed is more beneficial than LinkedIn jobs these days, let me tell you. Mm-hmm. We can talk about the job market. I don't know if anybody else in this chat right now has been unemployed for some time, but oh my God, is LinkedIn jobs even relevant anymore? I get no responses. Yeah, well. It's hard out here for us.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Thought about Big Bird before, yeah. A singing weightlifter. Well, I do what I can to surprise the folks, you know?
Yeah, singing weightlifter was definitely not on my not what I expected either. But that sounds like the kind of life that someone can create for themselves.
Maybe in my retirement. I don't know. I don't have the capital to fund it myself right now, and I don't know. You're right. No one's gonna hire you for that. But maybe somebody wants to open a gym and just be like, Jordi, bring puppies, and that's fine. And I'll serenade everybody while they're struggling with their reps. Mm-hmm. Always ready to bash the job market. Friggin' A.
Yeah, there's so many of us that are like unemployed or don't have like that same, I don't know the right word for it is, but like the time it takes to get a new job now than it was a couple years ago is atrocious.
Yes.
And it's leaving a lot of people feeling like insecure in their abilities and things like that when that's not what's going on. And there's no way for people to know this because they don't work in hired.
Right. And it seems like just applying to things is totally dead now. That you have to know somebody, you have to network, you have to have a connection, a referral. I don't know. I've personally never gotten a job that I just sent in an application to, and now being unemployed for 13 months, like the conversations I'm having, people I'm meeting and networking with are so much more valuable than anything I'm applying to. You don't hear back from anything. I think I've definitely had less than a dozen interviews in the past 13 months, just from sending in applications. And a couple of them are with AI personas, and it made me want to throw up. That is appalling. Like, tell me how little you care about the people that work for you. Seriously? One of them glitched out so bad, like your answers were timed, and this one AI persona glitched so bad that I couldn't finish my answer, and it timed me out, and it rejected me. I was no longer eligible for the role because of it. I know. It's so disgusting.
That is ridiculous. That is crazy.
I know.
And I do see it with a lot of like bigger companies too. Like I remember applying to McDonald's because they had a recruiter position open, but it was the same process as like their regular application. Okay. So it opens this AI chat, but I'm like, I don't want to talk to this AI. Like, please contact me if I'm a good fit. Let me put in my application.
Right.
All you asked me is what I've done. You didn't even ask for my resume.
It's so disrespectful. Look, I get it. The job market sucks on both sides right now. I can't imagine as recruiters and hiring managers the flood of applications you get, and because it's so saturated with the workforce, right? There's just all these massive layoffs. So how do you, that's on the hiring side of things, navigate through thousands, hundreds, whatever, a mass amount of applications quickly to be able to fill this role to the best of your ability? I don't know. I don't have the answer, but the ATS sucks. I stopped personalizing a resume for every single application like 4 months ago, and I'm so glad I did because my computer couldn't handle it anymore, and neither can my brain. Yeah, I don't know what the answer is on either side of hiring. It's massively difficult, and things are only getting more expensive. So
yeah,
I don't have a solution. It's either launch my business and try to make it work somehow, or like I go get a job literally like at the flower shop or at a gym. I don't know.
With Jordi, are you still there?
I'm here. Can you see me?
Out a little bit. It also could be on my end too.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, good. Yes.
Yay. But yeah, you said you never got a job through like a regular application. How'd you get your previous roles? How'd it work?
Everything was referrals. Just people that I knew who I would say, hey, I'm looking for something. Does your company have an opening? It was always that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just knowing somebody who worked somewhere that had an opening, frankly. I've never gotten a job through an application.
Mm-hmm. Has that led you to having like, I don't know the right word for it, but like have the type of roles that you've done, like varied a lot because of it being like referrals and like the types of roles and not like directly necessarily looking for one that was the exact same?
Definitely. Yeah. In particular,
I'm getting at.
yes. A good example was when I was doing business development content marketing for that health and wellness SaaS, and then the pandemic happened. They asked me to do customer service instead because they were no longer selling, and I was having to deal with thousands of people who wanted their gym payments or their membership fees reimbursed. And people were so mean. And I was crying every day. And I was like, I can't do this. I'm not doing this. I'm not built for this life. So I was bemoaning that to a buddy that I worked with at the personal training startup beforehand. And he was like, oh, well, I'm hiring for a digital media buyer. I know you can do it. I had never done it before. I was like, what the fuck is paid social? I've never heard of that. How do you make an ad? But they hired me, and I worked my way up to leading the digital media buy team, and then managing the Google partnership and the Meta partnership. And then they promoted me to managing a whole product, a whole suite of mobile apps. So it worked out, I guess. I know everybody says in their like resume summary, fast learner and quick to pick up new skills. But that does super duper help. I think when you're not applying, when you're just like, do you have any marketing roles? I don't care what kind of marketing it is. I think I can do it. And having people actually trust you, and like people that you've worked with before who can vouch for you, really helped.
Yeah. And Breen asked if you've tried Flex Jobs or Upwork or things like that.
I have not, because I think you have to pay for them to be on them. There's a lot of systems, there's a lot of job boards you have to pay for. And then I think all of them, Flex Jobs, Upwork, Fiverr, all those, you have to pay to list you. And so I just don't, I'm not in the position to do that since I haven't had an income for over a year now.
Yeah.
I'm not if I really thought it would get me something, I would consider it. I just don't know anyone who's had awesome experiences on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completely understand that. And I remember you telling me about how you got put in charge of this product development. You're like, I don't even know what my team is doing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was managing a mobile app, I was like, so I'm not a developer. I don't write code. I'm not a UX designer. I'm not a data analyst, even though I have to analyze data. So I felt like such a fraud having all those people report up to me. I can't coach you on how to make this code cleaner. I'm so sorry. But I could coach people on Margot says it's free for Upwork. Good to know. Thank you. So I've gotten really good at coaching people on their business skills and communication skills, but not the actual duties of their job when it comes to tech stuff.
Yeah. I am going to try refreshing the StreamYard link because the connection is kind of poor.
Oh, no.
So it might kick us out of the studio for a second. If it does, I'll add us right back.
Okay. Let's see what happens. Well, I'm here. Is it my show now? Jordi?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I had to rebrand the show to Jordi while you were gone. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I trust that nothing went wrong while I was gone.
Didn't burn down.
But yeah, I've someone that I know uses Upwork and they are not in the position to pay. So I know they would not be using it.
Okay, good to know.
I'm trying to think of what it was. I think I had to pay a deposit that went towards it or something like that. There was some sort of agreement where I had to do something on my end, but it wasn't even a big deal. But he told me about it ahead of time because he was like, "Hey, I don't really do this."
Okay.
So.
Jordi Cassidy. I'll check it out. I'll definitely. Almost took the hosting gig. Look, if Cassidy's down and out, I'm ready and willing to step up, okay?
Well,
Substitute
listen,
host.
I pay for StreamYard, so
Oh, do
think
you?
if you pay the StreamYard bill.
I just mean if like you forget to set your nap alarm or something. I will make sure the show goes on, Cassidy.
I appreciate it. I did tell Jordi right before we went live, I did lay down for a nap and I did wake up in time. Um Granted, my husband was home to wake me up this time. I wasn't relying on my alarm. But I did wake up in time. So, no missing Podcassidy.
I love that. Did Serena just tell me?
Opportunities on OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna talk about. I'm not too proud. Wait, but I want to know if Serena is suggesting like I be the model, or if there's like a corporate role she's thinking of. Because I'm not too. Look, I would do feet. Feet are fine. I don't have the cutest feet, but people seem to be into feet. So like, if I don't have to show my face, I'm not opposed to it. You gotta do what you gotta do out here, girls. It's a dog eat dog world, you know.
Yeah. You there's this thing where some DoorDash drivers, like female DoorDash drivers, they'll wear like sandals and have like their white painted toenails, and like when they pick the food, having like their foot sticking out and getting like extra tips because of it. I'm so serious. I mean, like on everything. I watched a video on this. People are like sharing the little messages and whatnot that they get. Like, isn't it ridiculous?
Well, those tips would just have to pay for the pedicures then.
Right.
Wow. All right, yeah, you just like put the revenue back into the business at that point. It's not the worst idea I've ever heard.
Yeah, invest in some new white nail polish.
Yeah. Yes. Oh boy. Who is it?
Apparently,
Okay.
some people use DoorDash.
Okay, Rob, let me tell you a little story. Let me do a little foot story real quick. Way back in the day when I was on the dating apps, I'm on Bumble one day and I'm chatting with a gentleman, and yeah, bannable commentary. Oh, well, they can try to ban us. See him try. So, talking with a guy on Bumble, and he's like, "Well, you should know, like before we meet up, that I really love women in beautiful shoes. I love a woman's foot. I love women's shoes." And I'm like, "How deep does this go?" And he's like, "You know, what size sneaker do you wear? Because like I could see you in a really good pair of Nikes. As long as you'll let me sniff them, I will purchase them for you." And then he says, "By the way, I really like having my my male anatomy stepped on by women in sneakers." I was like, "That's look, we don't kink shame here, but that was too much even for me." I was like, "Respectfully, sir, I'm gonna see myself out of this conversation."
Yeah.
I really could have used a new pair of Nikes at that time. I was a poor actress, but I didn't go for it, and I wonder where he is now. And I think I would always wonder if we were out on a date, like, is he looking at her shoes? Or is he like, is that cheating to somebody? Like, if you're looking at another woman's sneakers, is that cheating to that man? I don't know. I didn't want to find out.
Honestly, what I think would be worse is if you're like out with this man and then someone else recognizes him because he had propositioned this, and they're like, it's the sneaker dude, and they tell their friends about it, and then they're like, sneaker dude has a girl?
Right, and they're taking pictures of you and posting it on the internet. That's the last thing I need.
Sneaker dude found a new girl, and
yeah, does Penthouse forums still exist? Because you're right, I could write that story and send that to them. Being on the dating apps was unpleasant and wild, and I'm so glad I'm not on those anymore, but I was like on and off of all of them for many years, because people don't talk to each other in real life anymore. I remember going to bars and coffee shops and being like, with the goal of trying to talk to someone, and they would all just be on their phones, like swiping on the dating apps, even though you're out in public. So it was impossible.
That is one thing I really appreciate about like the friend group that I have here, and like when we go out to the bar, they are so friendly, and like we'll go and like meet other people, bring other people into our circle. Like,
yeah, I love that.
I know the name of a bunch of people that live in the city just because I have gone to the bar with this person, and they like introduce. They're like, yeah, this is this person. You know,
yeah,
we're bar.
Right. I love just picking up conversations with strangers in public. For some reason, though, I tend to be the person that, like, I will learn your entire life story the first time we meet, even if it's an elevator ride. For some reason, people just love to tell me their entire life story and like their deepest, darkest secrets and traumas and everything. And then I walk away with like, wow, that person probably thought I'm never going to see this girl again. So let me just dump all my shit that I'm going through so I can get it off my chest. And that's always me. I'm always on the receiving end of it. And it's a big responsibility. I'm glad to do it. But it's interesting. I don't know if that happens to everybody. Does that happen to everybody? I don't know.
No. Because
I'm lucky.
I know my limits. If I think that someone might take up a lot of my emotional labor, a lot of my time, things like that, I want to help. I do, but I don't have the time. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's not fair to someone else who genuinely needs like support and friendship and things like that for me to try to invest into a friendship knowing that I can't give them the deep connection that they are needing.
Yeah. That's really fair. That's very selfless.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I think it is because like sometimes I will wind up being the person that somebody wants to go to with their issues, and I just like I have my own shit going on. Or I don't have the mental or the time bandwidth to deal with somebody else's trauma or just their whole emotional well-being. And then I feel really bad because I'll either have to tell them like, I'm so sorry, I can't be that person for you, because you've kind of set the precedent at that time that you would be. And it's really hard to have that conversation of like, I know this is the relationship we established, but I just don't have it in me today or anymore or whatever.
Yeah. And especially as I'm like growing on here, that's another thing I try to be very cognizant of too. Because again, I do have a lot of people that reach out. I've been doing this for well over a year now, like meeting people and like creating these relationships. There's a lot of people that I know.
Yeah.
But I never want anyone to feel like I don't want to let anyone down. And I don't want to not be able to, basically I don't want any false promises or anything like that out there.
Totally fair. Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that.
I talk to everyone that I can. I give the energy that I can.
Yeah, you have to protect yourself at the end of the day.
With every single person.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn. If I had the capacity to, I would.
I know there's so many people I would want to get to know better. It's like there's only so many hours in a day, and there are millions of people on this platform who are all so freaking cool and smart and hilarious. I want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah. And like another thing I always need to keep in mind too is just like I do have a real life here too. Like I have my husband. I have my Mickey.
Little baby.
And little at baby. The end of the day, you know, those are the two that are most important to me.
Of course.
So,
yeah, but you have to take care of yourself too. You have to what's that saying? Like, you can't pour from an empty cup. So I'm learning that the hard way, I think. I've gotten very bad at taking care of myself during this time of extended unemployment because I'm just so focused on finding something that I'm just sitting in front of the computer all day, and I've neglected my nutrition, I've neglected my exercise, and I'm just talking to other people constantly and learning from them and networking and all this. So we can't, we as social beings can't support anybody else well if we don't take care of ourselves. And I need to, that's a lesson for me as much as it is for you, Cassidy.
I get that. Serena signed third most important, right, Cass? Yes, Serena.
you come after husband and beautiful kitty catty.
Yeah. But what would your dream? Well, I asked what your dream job would look like, and obviously that's not on LinkedIn. If we were to take, I guess, like the strongest things that you have done in your career, what would that job look like? Like if a job was built perfect for Jordi, what would it look like?
Yeah, I think it would be content marketing for animals, for a pet brand, maybe. Either that or a fitness and wellness brand, because those, I think we all do our best work when we're passionate about something.
Yeah.
And animal welfare is one of my top passions, and then, just fitness, wellness in general. So I think my real dream, I think, is to be a marketer for some kind of animal rights or welfare or pet brand out there, pet products. That would be, and it's tough because I stalk Chewy and I stalk Wolf's and Petco and all these places, and they're just not in cities that I'm in, and almost none of them, for whatever reason, offer remote work. So that's a struggle. It's a super bummer. And there's nothing, I haven't found like a major pet brand or pet company that's in the Philly area. Or if I have, they don't have openings. So that would be my realistic dream, for sure.
Yeah, no, I get that. And like, marketing is very broad too.
Yeah.
Would you ideally like to do like the whole process, just part of it? What about that part?
So I consider myself a full stack marketer because I've done all of the pieces of the funnel, really. My heart really is in the storytelling part. So the copywriting, the more, the bloggy things, the social things, just anywhere that I can write the story or voice the story. Like maybe I want to be the voice of this brand. Something like that would be ideal.
I love that. That's awesome.
And it's National Dog Day today, so happy National Dog Day. And please tell all of your dogs that I love them.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
You're going to be an honorary dog?
Mickey, I do love you, Mickey. I love all the animals.
Everyone knows you so much, Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey's such a good kitty.
I know. She's just laying on my lap getting little pets.
That's so sweet.
I'm giving her like the pets along her like jowls or whatever you call it, like
along. Somebody told me recently that because my partner's cat would always like rub her, like her mouth line where her teeth were, right, that side of her face, she would rub against my hand. And somebody told me that they have glands in there that they'll rub their scent on you. I don't know anything about cats, so if that's false, please forgive me. But maybe it's true.
Like rubbing their scent on you. I don't know if that's where the scent comes from. But I mean, if you're telling me that, probably, because I don't know. But yeah, we'll notice it too, like right after one of us gets out of the shower or something like that. Immediately, she's rubbing up on our leg, barking on it.
She's like, I refuse to let you not smell like me. Everybody has to know that you're my person.
Yep, exactly.
That tracks. That makes sense.
We have lots of friends that have pets, but they know.
They know.
Other cats know.
Yeah, they can all smell each other. Like, oh shit, that's Mickey's mom. Okay, got it.
Yep. Um, as far as your business, what stage are you in it? Are you at the point of accepting clients? Are you still at the building stage, or what area are you at with that?
I am totally at the stage where I could accept clients. I haven't officially launched it just because I'm very, holy shit, do I know what I'm doing? Will I ever get a client? Will anybody ever pay me? It's I'm at the fear stage of like I have this thing that's ready to go, but I'm just terrified of building it and the people not coming. And I've never had to go out and find clients for myself. So I'm at the I should really have a marketing plan together, but how do I do that for free? That's where I am. So I mean, I figure I will announce it and like rebrand my whole LinkedIn within the next 2-ish weeks while I'm refining and convincing myself that it's worthwhile.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have an income right now, then it
Yeah,
doesn't really hurt to start something.
exactly.
And you don't even need to necessarily put money into it to begin with, because
Yeah.
a LinkedIn company page, that shit's free.
Yeah.
Free Canva, Google Doc, lots of stuff.
Yeah,
Lots of
that's
available.
that's what I'm like the next piece I'm toying with is do I want to start with a website? Do I want to upgrade to LinkedIn Premium so I can DM more people because there's such a block on who you can DM when you don't have premium. And I also don't want to be that annoying guy that pitch slaps people. So because I hate that feeling. I don't think anybody wants to be annoying and like wrong about who they're talking to for a need. So I'm just trying to wrap my brain around the DMing of it all. And just how you acquire clients. Do I need a website? Do I need a logo? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah. I mean, I think as long as you have a company page, like somewhere.
You think that's necessary? Like a company LinkedIn page?
I mean, I like having it because that's where I post like my Podcassidy too and things like that. Yeah, Jordan said LinkedIn Premium isn't that great. Yeah, I would not.
I know, I got rid of it a while ago. When I lost my job, I got rid of it, but it's hard to, there are so many people I cannot send messages to. So, like,
Yeah.
whenever there's so many times I'll see someone post, I'm hiring for XYZ, and I have to leave a comment and say, hey, sent you a connection request so I can message you about this because I can't message them. There's that wall.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I would consider getting it again if I launch a business, so I could reach out more.
I know. I feel like with the jingles and things that you do, your best bet really is to like, instead of trying to like go individually, is try to brand you. You have your jingles, you are you, and then try to push that out to people to bring them to you.
Yeah.
Basically, try to get the impressions and the engagement for people to follow you and come across you naturally that way instead of the cold outreach.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I'm sure cold outreach works fine.
I'm sure it doesn't. But well, I don't know. I think if you like can nail your subject line and this person just posted about this need that they have, well, then it's not really cold necessarily. It would be like,
Yeah.
I saw you're struggling with this. Company page and logo add credibility. You'll probably get most of the clients off your personal ones. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, all that to say, if anybody is interested in looking over my business plan, has launched their own, and has any words of wisdom and would like to take a peek and just give a girl a helping hand on feedback, I would love that. I would be super appreciative. If not, obviously no worries. I'm going to launch it in the next 2 weeks-ish. But, you don't know what you don't know. So if there's anybody who has done this thing before, launched their own thing, and feels really confident in it, please feel free to DM me. I would love to chat.
I love that. And with that, you made it through the hour.
We did. It went quick, honestly. It went quickly for me because I had to talk a lot.
I'm glad.
Thank you for listening, everybody. I'm so grateful that you guys were actually interested in what I had to say.
What are your closing thoughts?
My closing thoughts are that you're all phenomenal, and everybody here is part of such a fun community and so intelligent and thoughtful and insightful, and I appreciate all of you. Cassidy, thank you so much for being the community wrangler and starting this thing. It's such a privilege and an honor to be here and be able to chat with everybody and spread a little bit of joy.
Of course. Thanks for coming on the show, Jordi. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that was commenting and asking lots of questions. Definitely appreciate it. The engagement is obviously what makes it. I will not be live on Friday because I am going to El Salvador. I'll be on a plane.
Woo, have fun, girl.
But I think I'm doing Sunday. That's gonna be a decision when I get there. I'm gonna try to do them while I'm on vacation there.
Do you have family there?
My husband does. So
Oh, okay.
Today.
Oh, awesome.
But yeah, thank you everyone for coming. Have a great, what day is it? It's Wednesday. Have a great rest of your week. Join my new Discord. It is featured in my profile. And yeah, that's it. I will talk to everyone later. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.